Hello everyone, here's my new video. I'm going to talk about some PTO rebuild. Here are some numbers about bearings, catalog numbers for the Pro Air, some bearing numbers if you want to use different than original. Possibly it's better to buy some Koyos or SKF instead of some Chinas what Polaris is sourcing. Here is the disassembled PTO. What is actually pretty strange that the bearing, this 2207, is not NU but it's RNU. Firstly, I was surprised what does it mean, but the R means that it has got no inner ring. The inner ring is actually the shaft, but this should be like 44 millimeter if I like remember like well. But in the past I think everybody was using a little different clearances for their own NU bearings, but nowadays you can buy this RNU. But I was unable to source the RNU type of bearing, but I was able to buy Koyo NU 2407, and this bearing is actually having a 44 millimeter inner ring. So I was using that, I had made a race with that, and it was holding up with no problem. So possibly I think that the manufacturers nowadays do not want to manufacture two type of bearings of the same size, so they just manufacture one type of that bearing, and sometimes they put in the inner ring, sometimes they are not putting the inner ring, and like my gamble like worked out, it looks like. This is not the factory seal because I was unable to get the factory seal. Like I had like 2 days before the race when I started to rebuild it, because I felt some kind of clearance play, but I thought it's bad. But actually after changing the bearings and putting it back together, possibly that clearance play was acceptable. But anyway, it has just a small quantity of oil inside, and possibly why does it falls? It's because there are like a very small quantity of oil, and it should be changed, but there is no changing point. It has only just one filler point. It's like here, but possibly if you disassemble it you can change the oil. I do not really know. Possibly it was not bad when I just disassembled it, but I wanted to look for it because I heard that it's failing. How does it go like together? Here is the shaft, here goes the variator, the primary. This is what's pulling your car. This is going to the crankshaft. It's going inside here. After that you have the bearing, the 2307. You have a lock on the shaft. If you push it together, you have also a lock for the housing. After that you put on the seal, and the seal also got a lock. I was thinking what kind of oil to put inside, because if this seal falls, I think that the oil inside of this can go into the engine, possibly damage the engine. So I was a little bit like hesitating. Some of my friends told me that it's the best oil to use is the 2075 140, this blue colored gear oil from Motul. But I was a little bit concerned because it can go, I think it can go into the engine, and I don't really wanted to mess up anything, so I rather put in anyway, just only just some kind of like bearing, so I put in like some motor oil. So if it spills out, it goes to the engine, it cannot make any problem, but possibly also the gear oil is not making any problem. I don't really know, but to be on the safe side, I put in rather an engine oil. And this type of seal, it was very cheap. I was able to get it here from the shop, from the bearing shop, but it's just the NBR type. It's like for 120, 150 Celsius degree. And the factory type of seal is here. It's a Vuitton type of seal. It's better, it's more fuel resistant, oil resistant, and it's for much bigger heat. So it's better to use this, but I had no chance. I had two chances, because you have to pull this out. I used to put in a scrap and just pull it out with the scrap, but if you make a hole on it, you have to like make up the hole, so it's not reusable. After disassembling this unit, it's not reusable, so it's better to order a seal before starting this process to go in a good manner. Okay, how you take it apart? Firstly, take out the second ring. After that, you pull out. I pull out with this the seal. After that, you get out the second ring, and you can hammer away the voting. After that, if you want to change the bearing, this ring also holding the bearing on the shaft. It's like goes here, if you see that. Okay, so my advice would be, I think the biggest problem with this unit, and as I was talking with other like racers from my series, somebody is putting a drain plug on that unit and used to drain the oil and fill up with new oil. And also when I disassembled it, the oil inside was really dirty. It was very dark. It doesn't look well. I think it should be changed, and possibly the only thing what makes this unit fail is because nobody's changing the oil inside. You can also buy the whole unit, so only just have to like unscrew and screw in the new one. But I think it's serviceable, so if it's serviceable, it's much cheaper to service. And what else to tell for us, guys? I think the wall design is a little bit problematic, because as you see, it's very short. There are like two bearings, and the primary is pretty big, and also the car have a lot of horsepower, and I think this unit should be a little bit longer to hold the shaft better and not mess with the primary. But it's working, it's like, yeah, holding up, so it's okay. But I don't think it's the best design. Sometimes it happens. Anyway, Polaris is a very good car. Thank you for watching, and I hope that some kind of new videos are going in the future. Have a nice day.